Hello and Happy New Year! Or as I say it, Happy No More 2020. Even though not so much has changed over the past few days. We still have a pandemic, Trump still hasn't conceded the election, and PyBlock is still a mess. A big, big mess. But welcome back anyway. So, last time we left off, we had realized that we did have some power issues actually. Because every now and then the power disappears, and I have figured out a solution to this. The solution is actually fairly simple. We will basically change our water source for the steam. So by changing it in this way, we will let this process, which produces some cold steam, which we are cooling, we will allow this to become our source of water for this steam production and for the power production. Well, the extra power production, since this is now our main power production actually. And just to make sure that we maybe have some backup, I will be using these two machines, and seems like I have apparently forgot how to make underground belts over the past few days. There we go. So now we have some extra steam here, although I actually do want it to be in steam form, some of it, and not only in power form, because we do still have some machines that require steam. There we go. So now hopefully we shall have no more power issues. Famous last words. So let's see what else we were doing last time around. We had started producing more tar, because after all, tar is our main source of resources. I never get tired of saying that. And this produces a whole bunch of stuff. Stone, iron oxide and gravel. And we can't really deal with the gravel just yet. But we can deal with the stone. And then we will also turn this rich dust. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Famous last words, right? Okay, I did not expect this. Let's see what's wrong. This was not quite what was planned. Okay, this needs a bit more coke. This is not how it's supposed to look. Had I changed that? Let's enable that inserter again. Are we at the risk of running out of syngas? I hope this should be alright. Okay, I bet this is not the least we see of these power production issues. In fact, we might even have an issue right now, very soon. Because we don't have any incoming coke. There we have some incoming coke. Will it arrive in time? How are we doing with the power? We're not doing too well. So this is our only source of power right now. Oh my god, will it be able to make it? Oh my god. Oh goodness. Okay, it seems alright, but it's definitely not stable. Definitely not stable. So, oh boy. I had not planned for this, actually. But it seems that maybe we need to spend this episode fixing our power issues. Let's hope it's enough to just kickstart this with some coal. We will see what happens. Oh, come on. Yes, that's more like it. I just want to check here for a few more seconds to make sure that it's not too screwed up. I think I want another inserter here to make sure that we are getting enough coke. Because the coke is incredibly important right now. Because this machine over here, that doesn't accept coal, it requires coke. But okay, it has built up a bit of a queue there, even though we are... That's mostly of course because we loaded it up with some fuel already. But yeah, let's see how this will work out. I have a feeling we will come back to that. I just hope we don't have to revisit that in the next 5 minutes. So here we will use some of this stone that we have, and we will reprocess that, because up here stone is the original source, and so we will basically return some stone. Return to sender. No, that's a Minecraft achievement. Right. How do I want to do this? Yeah, whatever. Let's do it something like that. Here, you made this. There we go. Actually, you made this too. So that takes care of the stone. Now the problem is that we still have a bunch of other stuff here. So I think we need another splitter, or a bunch of them. Then it's only a matter of time before we need more circuit boards. So here I would like to filter out some iron oxide, which we know what to do with. We will basically make, or actually, I just realized that we don't have any source of fuel here around. So we will just have to put it in a chest, like we always do. And then we also put the gravel in a chest, because we can't quite deal with gravel just yet. However, there is this tailings dust that can become rich dust, that can become titanium ore, which we want to have, but we need a classifier. And that's a lot of iron, but luckily I think I know a place or two. where we can find iron. And it seems like we haven't had any power issues for at least 2 minutes, 3? I don't know. So hopefully that's working. Okay, this one is at 47, so that one is running a bit low. And now well, okay. I think it's okay. I think this is okay. Let's hope this is okay. Right, where were we? Iron. We still haven't unloaded all those iron ores. My god. Right. We can get some steel while we're here. But there is no iron in this chest, because all the iron is being processed over here. We'll just queue up a bit more simple circuit boards, because it's quite a bit of a pain to have to craft those, and unfortunately I can't automate it at this point yet. And let's see, where is my favorite iron chest? There it is. Classifier. That's what I want. And of course, I had started some crafting. Classifier, there we go. Oh boy, let's see here. Oh right, it's one of those machines. Rich dust. Titanium ore. Yes, titanium ore is what we want. From rich dust. So let's make a few belts. And we need a splitter, because splitters is a very good way to sort things, because we still don't have any filter inserters. So we want the rich dust. And we want the rich dust to go on the right side. Then we can just do something nice, more or less, like this. And now we have sorted those things. And now we can actually use multiple inserters here. Because now we have a way of filtering things and sorting things. And then of course we need to output this titanium ore into a chest. And then let's see how to process the titanium ore. It seems like we just need to smelt it, which is quite natural. So we need to smelt it to a titanium plate, but since we don't have any fuel over here, we will just set up some basic smelters like this, and then we can fuel them manually for now. Right, let's see what else there is to do. We do want to use hydrogen eventually for power. There is definitely a different sound recipe that we would like to look into. We are still not quite able to make the better circuit recipe. And green science is very complicated. Oh my god. So this is just me being quite confused, but a very important, a very good thing about the mods and stuff that I'm using is that we always have the what is missing up here. So we know that, okay, we are missing molten glass for research. So why are we missing that? It seems like we are missing some syngas again. Which kind of makes sense since syngas is used for power as well. So it actually doesn't seem like... Yeah, we're not missing quartz ore, we are definitely missing syngas right now. Oh wow. This is lots of quartz ore, that's nice. So if we fix the syngas problem, then we will fix the molten glass problem, which should fix the research problem. So let's take a look at where the syngas is coming from. It's coming from here. And here we are missing coal gas, basically. So, can we get more coal gas? If you think that, oh, are you looking at this recipe again? You have already looked at these recipes. Then yes, because this mod pack is so extremely complicated that yes, I do have to look at this again. And it seems like we have found an interesting recipe here actually. We need a gasifier. We do need a gasifier because this is looks quite okay to me. Flue gas, I think we have an output of flue gas up here, don't we? That's flue gas, yes. So let's make a gasifier. Then the question is, do we have enough tar? And I think we kinda do actually. At least I hope so. And then the natural question is, of course, where the hell do we put this thing? So it seems like somewhere about here might be a good idea. Could actually use this empty space up here. Tar coal gas, yes, that's exactly what I want. Pressured air, I think we know how to do that somehow. Pressure pump, makes sense. Pressure pump, that's a small building, that's nice, doesn't happen too often. So how about we put you over here? Great. And it seems like we need more pipe to grounds. There we go. Now, anyone wants to bet how long it will take before I totally regret placing this machine here? About 2 episodes is my guess. There we have some output for that, and the flue gas, let's see if we can pipe it down here maybe? This is a bit tricky because there are more than one pipe around, but that can be solved simply by moving things around. This is absolutely beautiful. Tremendous. Awesome. Amazing. Incredible. Oh, right. We need to get rid of the ash. Whatever. Now I thought about the Swedish pun actually, but since I don't think I have any Swedish people in the audience, at least none that I know of, I'm not sure if you will get the pun, but I will just say Ashta. If you're Swedish, you will get it. If you're not Swedish, too bad for you. So this should give us enough coal gas, hopefully. At least that's what it... Oh, right. It definitely got us enough coal gas because our pipe is full. Right, there we go. So let's see if this had any effects. Both of them are working at full speed. There is not a lot of syngas here, so I think we can make another gasifier, basically. And just copy this setup. Make another offshore pump. It's good to have a couple of those. There we go, and oh. Is this actually producing tar again? It is. This is interesting. But I'm not sure this is a... Hold on here. So we're using 250 tar to make 200 coal gas. And then we are using... Alright, yeah, it's... Right now it's actually the coal gas that is the most, or the syngas that is the most important product. So we basically get some tar as a side product that we just reuse in the system. So we are doing a bit of a loss at syngas slash... Seems like we broke some electricity. We are doing operating at a loss with regards to syngas and coal gas and tar, or not syngas. Syngas is what we produce mainly from this, but we are in the process we are losing some coal gas and tar, but I think it's worth it anyway. So let's start this machine. And then we are getting more ash. That's okay. Then we can prepare the next machine over here, just in case we need it. Or when we need it. And there we go. And now they are not all working at the same time. So... Okay, it looks like our power issues are still okay. This is good. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that for now. So we should focus our attention again over here. My god, this is not scalable at all, basically. This looks horrible. Horrible, I tell you. So here we are producing our tar. This is a very valuable source of tar. So that's good. That's very good. Right. Why do we only have oh right, because I picked some of it up. That's right. So we have 9 titanium ore? Why do we have... Okay, well, because we have 9 titanium there or there as well. That makes sense. So maybe we have a better recipe for stone, I wonder. I don't think so. I think I concluded last time around that this is the best recipe for stone that we're using already. Is there any other recipe later on in the game? I don't think so. Okay, this one. This one is good, but this requires excavation too, and we're nowhere close to that. Excavation 1 is also a bit interesting because iron stick is quite easy to get. But for now, this is basically what we have to deal with. So our engine research is making a bit of progress, and hopefully it should be done before the end of this episode. We still don't have enough of coal gas, and our tar pipe is also quite empty, so I'm guessing that we'll just try to make more of this, maybe. And one way we can do that is actually by putting out more inserters over here. Because these inserters, I'll tell you, they're slow. So slow. Because there is plenty of soil here ready to be used. And now the amount of soil here has been is decreasing. It was not decreasing before. So now the inserters can almost keep up. No, not really. They can't. But at least it's going a bit faster now than before, probably. But 50 stone is actually... That's a lot of stone, I'll tell you. That's a lot of stone. So let's make some more washers and soil extractors. And maybe we can come up with a better design for all of this. Then it might be time to get some more landfill. I believe we have a chest here somewhere. There it is. 2000 landfill, thank you very much. Just what I needed. I really would like to have some trains and stuff here though, so that we could automate all of this better. Right, so but there is that other sand recipe. I would just like to take a look at that. Sand, 20 soil, solid separator, 13 sand, that's not too bad, not bad at all actually. 30 soil to 10 sand, 20 soil to 13 sand, I mean it's better in every way. And it's probably gonna take quite a bit of time before we... Okay, excavation 1 is really interesting, it seems. Gravel to sand. Oh, crusher, right. That's actually what we're heading for. We'll just add this to the research queue. So soil becomes sand, but I don't need the limestone here, really. I mean, what should I do with this? Coarse fraction, we have a machine to take care of. It's right there. Biomass, that's manageable, I guess, in plenty of ways. Limestone, however, this I'm very not sure of. Okay, we could produce the creamy latex here and just pipe it over, but that's a mess. That's very much a mess. Chromium. Chromium might be interesting because I think we will need that. But that requires coke and a lot of other things. And all of this is just a mess. Okay, there are other seaweed recipes here. That might be interesting, of course. But that requires botany 1, and we don't have that yet, but we are quite close to it, so I guess that would be okay. So... oh boy. Oh boy. I did not expect this. This is bad. This is bad. Can we sort of... okay, I think I'll reorganize this a bit. And make a couple of chests. Like this. And that maybe can... then we... ah, god damn it. Come on. We need more coke. We definitely need more coke. That's a problem. Oh boy. Basic electronics, we're not even close. Coke processing, not even close. Coke processing again. Oil industry manufacturing, yeah, right. Coke processing stage 1. I think I will just say yes please to this. Coke processing stage 1, yes please. But for now this is the only recipe we got basically. Converting the coal to this. So I'll just try to kickstart this again. And then things are running slowly for a little while and then they are moving faster and... don't we have other machines over here? We have machines here, right. What if we change this one to prioritize the left side? Oh, engine is researched. Nice. Engine. So now we can produce engine units, which is quite easy. Just a lot of other small things. Local radar requires not too much of electricity. We might want to investigate that. Laboratory instrument is needed for green science. We can't really make use of that yet. Now we have also unlocked construction robotics, which is very, very intriguing. But it's not... I don't quite think we should go for this just yet. So let's continue with the mining machines, which unlocks a whole bunch of researches. Raw coal. Okay, raw coal can become crushed coal and oh my god. So many options. Right. Oh well, okay, let's hope that this mining machines doesn't take too long. No, don't tell me that. Oh boy. Okay, now it looks good. Can the inserters keep up? I think we need some more inserters for the output. There we go. And it seems like we can make another wood processing unit here as well. No, not one of those. Tin cable. I do like things that don't require steam. So I think I want to make one of these. Sorry for all the confusion and stuff, but yeah, you know how it is. And I don't want to prepare too much about these videos, because I kinda like being authentic. But the downside is, of course, that a lot of time is spent on not very productive things, or yeah, we're wasting a lot of time, it feels like, and I mean that's just what happens when you play a complicated mod pack like this for the first time. And I do want you to sort of just see my thought process in all of this, basically. And it seems like nothing was working here. I just moved over the area and I realized that things are standing still. Nothing is moving, so then we just figure out what the problem is. We realized that we were full of wastewater and now we are producing fish again. Go fish. Right, what is the next step? It seems like we are not missing anything for research, which is a bit surprising. Now I'm curious to know if there is like any queue on that, or if it's just the fact that maybe it's time to make another lab. So it seems like our 2 labs are working quite fully. We are missing molten glass. That's basically what's missing. But I think I would actually like our labs to use up this a bit faster. Remember the days when we had problems making 1 lab? Now I just made plenty of them. And actually it's not very often that I use this setup, but I think now might be a good time to do so. So have the labs forward the science into the next lab. So now we can more clearly see the problem that, okay, the problem is sand. We need sand because we need more quartz ore. Although I suspect that maybe some of the machines still have some cached quartz ore, or rather cached quartz ore. If they are already out of them, I'm very impressed. Okay, there is nothing here. And there is quite a lot of syngas here, that's good. And what about here? So here there is still a fair amount of quartz ore waiting to be processed. So I think it's time we turn this around a bit. And this should allow us to process things a bit faster, basically. Because now we have a more scalable setup simply by rotating something. Isn't that nice? Of course, the problem is that it doesn't scale because we have some bloody pipes in the way. How about now? Is that better? So a glassworks. I think those are quite expensive. At least they used to be. Or at least I thought they were. Back in the days when we didn't have any copper. Remember those days? Good old days. Actually not very good. Horrible days. And it appears we're out of syngas again. Great. Not so great. And the problem is not the power production, it seems, because we are producing enough power. So I guess we'll just have to find out why we are not producing enough syngas, even though I have a feeling. And my feeling is that we need more coal gas, naturally. And now I already forgot what recipe we used for the coal gas. Oh right, it's this one. So we can check with the tar, and it seems like we don't really have a lot of tar. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough tar. So we're moving back to the bottom left part and trying to produce more tar. Using our thingy. Using this approach. Unless there is a better one that we have missed, but I don't think there is. These are just very small amounts of tar. This is very much tar. And I don't really think we have a tar pit. I'm guessing that's like a external resource placed on the ground. 60 tar. Basic electronics. Okay, there will be a lot of different ways to make tar eventually. 3,800 tar, oh my god, that's a lot. Oil industry machinery. We can actually produce that in not too far away. Drilling fluid. Because this seems to be quite quick. The small parts we have a bit of, but the drilling fluid seems to be... Actually, this is... clay? Clay pits? This is manageable. Let's add a note about this. To do tar from drilling fluid type 1. And I have no idea where to put that, so I'm just putting it out on the map somewhere. Okay, this seems very interesting. Although I suspect that drilling fluid type 3 is a bit more complicated than the other types, of course it is. Anyways, moving right along, and we'll see that coal processing 2 requires green science. Basic electronics also requires green science. I don't even want to know. And besides, coal gas is like the main thing we want, so we don't want to use coal gas to produce tar to produce more coal gas or less coal gas, so whatever. 200 syngas for 300 tar, okay. Interesting. But let's take a look at this combustion mixture, because that is the fuel, and that's currently consuming a lot of the syngas. So hydrogen. When and where and how am I able to get hydrogen? I think there was a recipe that... exactly, this one. Oh, mining machines. Which is exactly what we are currently producing or researching. So that's good. So I will make a note of that. Requires mining machines. Stage 1. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We have one of these. So let's think about this. It requires 50 stone as input. Do we maybe want to try to make a scalable stone production? I think that would kind of make sense. Because then we can just output everything. It's 2 items, 2 fluids. And it seems like no matter how I turn this, it's always 1 input, 1 output on each side, which is not how I wanted it. I would like it to have 2 fluid outputs at the top and input from the bottom, but whatever, we'll just have to output to the sides. But I'm guessing that... okay, this should be doable. That's the same rotation as the other machine, so let's go with that. So then the main problem will be the stone, and for the stone we don't really have an option besides this. And I'm very happy that we don't have to deal with the steam mess. Now, 12 soil is produced here. Maybe we should just take a look at the planner and see how this scales. And let's see, there we go. So we want like 500 per second. Is that reasonable? Doesn't seem too unreasonable actually, at least not yet. So that means 50 stone, and 50 stone we can get from this recipe. And now it might be starting to be a bit unreasonable. And that's 12 soil. Right, so boy. Okay, this is an interesting ratio. How about we change this to just be like 200 tar? 8 washers, 14 soil extractors. So it seems like it's a bit more than one soil extractor per washer. Or a bit less than 2 maybe? 8, 14, 20, 34. Yeah. 34 is actually like it's a bit more than 1.5. Why can't I just make like easily calculatable things? But oh well. So we need plenty of soil extractors. Can we maybe change like, okay, what if we, I'm not sure how this works, but if we say that we want 5 of these, then we can make 75 per second it seems. And 3 washers. Okay, that seems reasonable. So 10 soil extractors, 6 washers. Okay, let's just build a bunch of soil extractors and washers then. So then soil extractors should be at the bottom, naturally. Because it is the first step in the chain. And then they require, oh boy. Would this be reasonable? What if we do like this? Please tell me if I'm super stupid or if I might be onto something. Because we do have long hand inserters. So I think we should try it actually. Oh my god. That's obviously not what I planned. Soil extractors. Need to get some more iron. Oh boy. Now we are missing a fair amount of steps here. And okay, thanks. That's yeah. And this is where I might need to do a bit more work on what is missing, because right now it's very hard to see what requires what. Where is our favorite chest? There it is. Soil extractors, only 2. Seems like we need more tin. I think I know where we can find that. There we go. So right now we have 3 soil extractors, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 6 washers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's try to build this as much as we can and see what happens. More landfill. Filling in all the land. Well, it's hard to fill in all the land because there is no land to fill. That's why we're filling it in. If that makes sense. Right. Anyway, we have any water here around somewhere? We do. I need to go visit a certain chest with pipes. Here we have a chest of pipes. Thank you, chest. And I just realized something, that we actually kind of want to put this over half of the thing. Because we do need it to be scalable somehow. Or, well, we kind of want one of these to output to 2 of these. So if we build it like this, does this make any sense? I've seen worse, that's for sure. So yeah, something like this. Then I think we need to grab some more wood. Luckily we have a chest for that. Just like with all things. Let's take half of that. No power issues for a while, that's good. And it seems like our crafting is completed, which is also nice. So I think we need a bunch of longhand inserters. If you think that things look messy, I have to agree with you. They absolutely look incredibly messy. But we're kinda have to experiment a bit at this point and see like which setups work, which does not. Even though we are not very restricted with regards to landfill, we are restricted in other ways, like materials. And I mean, it's the bigger the area is, the longer time it will take to walk around the entire place, and so on and so on. So that's why we're doing things a bit chaotically at the moment. It will all be refactored at some point, I can promise you this. Let's actually put them up here one step, leaving room for the pipe. Now, where do we have that pipe? Here we have such a pipe. And then we need to output the stone. I'm a bit curious about these, if these inserters can keep up or not. And now the problem is that we only need one of these factories. And let's see, what does it say here about 15 stone per second? That's a bit too good to be true, actually, because guess how much a transport belt can handle? It can handle 15 items per second. Only problem is that that is calculated by using both sides of the belt, and this is not. So that's why we might need to do something like this. Nope. Something like this, maybe. So much stone. But all shall be... Oh boy, how bleak. This was a bit messier than I originally intended, because oh, I'm stupid, aren't I? The easiest way, of course, is to do like this. But then the problem is that we will need to have a fair amount of these. And this is not exactly what was planned, but alright, whatever. Okay, let's just put this here. At first I thought that I'll have the belt go around for a bit, but now I realize that no, why do that when you can just do something like this? And we do need to make a bit of an underground pipe here. Perfect. There we go. And we have already reached the 1 hour mark. But let's finish setting this up. So here we'll probably need a fair amount of inserters here. And this goes here, and the tar. Seems like we have a pipe for it here. So let's use that one. It feels like I filled up on belts or pipes not too long ago. And we're already out of them. My god. This is insane. And then we just need to have a couple of inserters. Outputting things on this belt. Few more pipes. There we go. Power it up. And this mess. I'm wondering if my inserters will be able to keep up with this. And let's see. Why not do something like this? Just now what's missing? Okay. Needs to output things properly. Actually, I want to switch this to be on the right side. So that we can output it correctly like this. And a few more inserters. Good. And a few more inserters there, and some power to them. I think it kinda works. These are not working because they are filled with stone, but hopefully that should be... we should get rid of that. Oh, wait. So I plan to have 10 of those. 10 soil extractors and 6 washers. And we're not quite close to that. We need to scale that up a lot more, but... and we will definitely need a lot more of these. We need a lot more inserters here. I need to put one of these later on as well, actually. Now I'm messing up the belts. Is this good? This seems to be better. Not too bad. Don't know about you, but I'm quite satisfied with this for the moment. The inserter thingy's operations here is quite a bit of a mess, so I think we might need to move things around a bit, because all this only goes to... well, what if we do like this then? How about now? Is this better? Might be better. Right, I think that in the next episode we will maybe try to fix this, or well, at least we will be evaluating how this works. and we will for sure try to expand it a bit. It seems like maybe the... No, I think the inserters can deal with this. Yeah, they can. So, as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next episode where we will hopefully finish the research for mining machines. See you then.